So let's talk about this, because we step outside of the comfort zone, we step into the fear zone, and we get this stress response. Now, our bodies are designed to have that stress response. So in the same way, our brain and our nervous system are working together to keep us safe, that fight, flight, and freeze response. So when we are faced with something in front of us, a challenge or a threat, we have a stress response. So when your brain is trying to work out what's going on and it's like, I don't know what's going on here, when we're in that place, we will have naturally a stress response. So this is an acute stress response. This is exactly what our bodies are designed for. When you feel that stress response, just know that that is you being human, and it is absolutely okay. It's what your brain is designed to do. It's good news. It means your brain and your nervous system is in working order. What's important is that you learn how to regulate that and bring it back down where it's not needed. So again, this is where that internal dialogue can really help. We're not designed to have chronic stress. So chronic stress is where quite often it's low level of worrying, but over a consistent or persistent period of time. And it never really reverts back to that neutral state. That's the stress that causes ill health. That's what we're seeing with a lot of people who struggle with physical health as a result of mental health. The stress response is very normal. It goes up, we deal with what we're dealing with, and it comes back down again. The way that you can regulate it is to pay attention to the conversation that is going on up here when it is happening. So when we feel that we've got adequate resources to cope with the challenge that's in front of us, we see it as a challenge. So this is called eustress. Has anybody heard of the term eustress before? No, this is not talked about. So this is what athletes use. This is what sports people use. What's the fastest race in the Olympics? Probably the 100-meter sprint, isn't it? You imagine for training for 4 years and then having to prove it in 8 seconds or however many, 10 seconds, however many seconds it is now. That internal dialogue is all going to be about how hard they've trained for this moment, how this is their opportunity to prove. This is their chance to show the world how amazing they are. That internal dialogue is all about how they've been training, how they've worked really hard, how everything in the last 4 years has led to this point. So this is where they see eustress, and they want the adrenaline because that's going to help them to run faster. You don't want an athlete without adrenaline. When we doubt in our mind that we've got what it takes to deal with the challenge that's in front of us, that's when we see it as a threat. And that's the distress that most people talk about. So we have to challenge the conversation that's going on up here to help to regulate that stress response, but also to use that adrenaline for that peak performance state. So if you're speaking to a group of people, or you are doing something for the first time in business, or you are, you've just been promoted, you're in a new environment, there will be lots of internal dialogue, and that is either going to elevate that stress response or it's going to calm that stress response. But you want a stress response because that's what's going to help with the hyperfocus. And it tells you that something is important. We don't want to be too complacent about everything. Otherwise, we'd just rock up unprepared and then we'd make, that's when things get a little bit sticky. So with the stress response is telling us that something's important. We need to challenge that dialogue. Like, I'm good at this. I've put the work in. I've practiced. I know what it is I'm going to say. We talk about this all the time. It's absolutely fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm calm. I'm confident. And I am ready to go. Challenge that dialogue.